Hey, how you doing? Last lesson we got off kind of an introductory lesson on bar chords, and so I wanted to make a couple of videos. I want to make two different videos about bar chords to introduce you to something that'll completely unlock your guitar and instantly teach you dozens more chords that you can use. Now, bar chords, people freak out about the idea of them. They say, "Oh, that's so hard," and I don't see any reason to ever learn bar chords, and you don't have to. You can completely disregard this, and you can still have fun playing your guitar. But if you want to be able to join in with others and maybe play in other keys or find other chord voicings up and down the neck, then you need to learn how to do your bar chords. Now, I'm going to talk about in these two lessons, I'm going to talk about two different types of bar chords. Today I'm going to talk about the one that follows the E shape and is rooted on the number 6 string, the low string here. Let's look at a chord that's already familiar to us, and that is the E chord, the E major chord, that we put our middle finger on the second fret of the 5th string, our ring finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and our index finger goes on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and we strum all 6 strings. The E major chord, a good open chord that everyone needs to know. And then there are other chords that come off of this chord by just lifting a finger or two and changing it. So here's the E major chord. If we lift our index finger, now we have an E minor chord. Sounds a little sadder. Put that back down. Now if we lift our ring finger, we have an E7 chord. Or if we raise both of our fingers and just hold down the 2nd fret on the 5th string, now we have an E minor 7 chord. Sounds like a really tricky, hard chord, but it's not. You're just holding down one string. E minor 7. So we have E, E minor 7, E major 7 or E dominant 7, E7. All those chords are right there. 4 different chords, 1, 2, 3, 4. But those chords can move up and down the neck. Let me show you what I'm talking about. What we will do is, instead of using our first 3 fingers to make this chord, we use our second 3 fingers. Same chord, but we're using our middle, ring, and pinky now instead of the ring, middle, and index finger. So we're going to do that. We're going to slide that up 1 fret, and now it's a cool sounding chord, but that's not what we're after. But if we hold down this 6th fret with our index finger, and then also get the 1st and 2nd fret with this index finger, now we get, there's an F chord. Why is that an F chord? Because when we played the E chord, it's rooted in this 6th string, which we know is an E string. Remember, Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So this is an E, that's our root note, and that's what determines that this is an E major chord, plus the other notes in the chord, obviously. And if we look at the neck, and you can put your tuner on if you want and see what these frets are. And if we put our finger on the 1st fret, that is an F note. So if we play this E chord rooted with the F here, now we have an F major chord. Come up one more, we have an F major chord, and then a G chord, a G sharp or A flat, however you want to look at it, then an A sharp or B flat, there's a B, there's a C, C sharp or D flat, there's a D, D sharp or E flat, and then way up here at the 12th fret, it all starts over and we're back to a E chord. Can't, without a cutaway, I can't really scoonch up that high to get it. So when we know this bar chord, now we know 12 more major chords. We know 12. We can go with E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp. There's 12 chords using that same, this same E shape. Are bells going off yet? So that also means that if we're playing here this F chord and we want an F7, we lift our pinky finger. Now we have an F7. If we want an F minor, we lift our middle finger. We have an F minor chord. If we want an F minor 7th, so there's 4 times 12, that's 48 new chords by just learning this one shape. That's pretty huge, isn't it? All right, so let me give you some instruction on how to form this 6th string root bar chord. We're going to go up and down the neck with these. So, first off, make sure that when you lay your finger down to bar it, that your right is very close or even on top of that fret to get the maximum. The first fret is the hardest one to do. That's the hardest of all the bar chords, is right here on this first fret. So you may want to learn up here on the 3rd fret, make a G chord. You got a G, you got a G7, you got a G minor, you got a G minor 7 right here. And where I've been telling you all along, when you're forming these individual notes, to get right on your fingertips, well, here you're going to lay your index finger down flat, right there at the fret wire here, this 3rd fret wire. Put those other fingers down. And you know what? It's going to take you a while to get that. You're going to have to get comfortable with that. You need to have your thumb back here behind the neck and just kind of squeeze that finger down. And it's going to take a while to get that. When you first start, it's going to sound kind of, you're going to hear a lot of that. But I promise you, it's worth the effort to learn how to do this. Because that just gives you so many more different chords that you can play, so many different songs that you can join in on and participate with others in playing. You're actually using your index finger as a capo. We've talked about using the capo to play in different keys. Here you're using your finger as a capo, so you can switch between learn the 6th string root. And remember that whatever this note is determines the key of the chord that you're playing. Once again, you're playing E with this string open. You're playing F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C, C sharp, work on that. It's worth it. All right. In the next video, I'm going to show you a 5th string root bar chord that will give you another mess of chords that are suddenly in your arsenal. All right. Good luck. Keep practicing. We'll see you again soon.